I am today we will start with different problems of
Ma'am, deadlock class, deadlock
repeat again.
deadlock state হয়েছিল ও ডায়াগ্রামটা
Deadlock state হয়েছিল deadlock state কি ছিল what are the necessary and sufficient conditions for deadlock, how the deadlock exists, cyclic representation of a deadlock, এই জিনিসগুলো হয়েছিল তাই তো?
yes ma'am.
Others, does they want to say anything, something more about this deadlock? Anyone could remember any point, any features, deadlock detection, removal, anything? Only one of you have responded. I want this response from at least from few of you. Moithili Datto, Moithili,
Yes,
will you say something? I think you were there in last class.
Yes, ma'am.
Moithili,
Yes, ma'am.
say something.
Sorry, ma'am. ম্যাম ডেডলকের সাইকেলটা মানে ডেডলক কিভাবে প্রসেসটা হয় মানে কি করলে সেটা ডেডলক হয় সেই জিনিসটা পড়াচ্ছিলেন আপনি।
ওকে, কি করলে হয় কিছু বলতে পারবে? সাম পয়েন্ট সামথিং?
না ম্যাম মানে আপনি ওই একটা অ্যারো চিহ্ন দিয়ে বোঝাচ্ছিলেন যে অ্যারোটা কোন দিক থেকে কোন দিকে গিয়ে বলা হবে একটা সাইকেল ক্রিয়েট করবে সেটুকুনি মনে আছে, এক্সাক্ট কি পয়েন্ট ছিল সেটা তো মনে নেই।
ক্যান আই আস্ক আ কোশ্চেন? তোমাকে আগে জিজ্ঞেস করি তারপরে সবাইকেই জিজ্ঞেস করবো। দুদিন তো বাড়িতে ছুটি ছিল, তোমরা কি এখন বেরোচ্ছ বাইরে টাইরে ঘুরতে টুরতে যাচ্ছ?
নো ম্যাম।
তাহলে কি করো বাড়িতে? সারাদিন গেম খেলো? কি করো? একটুও কি পড়ো না? হাফ অ্যান আওয়ার, 1 আওয়ার একটু তো পড়তে হয়। যদি বললো যে আমরা বেরোই ম্যাডাম বাইরে ঘুরতে যাই তাহলে ঠিক আছে মেনে নিলাম, অনেকটাই ঘুরছে, দে আর নট এনিথিং, কোনো রুল নেই, মাস্ক ছাড়াই ঘুরছে, সেরকমও লোক আছে, রাস্তায় বেরোলেই দেখতে পাবে। তোমরাও কি সেই জিনিসটা করছো?
নো ম্যাম।
তাহলে সবাইকেই আমি বলছি, আগেও বলেছি আবারও বলছি, সবাই কিন্তু একটু পড়ালেখা করো। তোমাদের তো হয়ে যাচ্ছে, অনেকগুলোই হয়ে গেল, 40টা তোমাদের টোটাল লেকচার্স হয়, তার মধ্যে 12 আজকে বোধহয় 12 বা 13 এরকম একটা কিছু আছে। So you must study. Otherwise কিন্তু লাস্টে গিয়ে আর OS is one of the core topics in operating system, sorry, in computer application. So OS, DBMS, networking, these are core topics. এগুলোকে গ্রাফিক্স এগুলো যদি তুমি ঠিক করে না পড়ো তাহলে কিন্তু খুব প্রবলেম হবে। I will request all of you to at least whatever I am explaining in class, try to study that. So today we will learn about concurrency in operating system. I have already explained what is concurrency. Concurrency can be explained as concurrency is the execution of the multiple instruction sequence at the same time. It means at the same time when the multiple instructions are executed. It happens in the operating system when there are several process threads running in parallel. The running process threads always communicate with each other through shared memory or message passing. With the help of message passing, the processes communicate with each other. Concurrency, it results in sharing of resources. Also, whenever we are sharing the resources, then there is always a chance or it can result in problems like deadlocks and resource starvation. Like, for example, suppose two siblings are sharing a common book, suppose either brother or sister, if he is reading the book, then maybe the other one have to wait. Once he finishes reading, only the other one will read. This is not concurrent execution. Concurrent execution means when both of them are reading the same part of the book, the same part of the chapter together. That is called concurrency. It helps in techniques like coordinating execution of process, memory allocation, execution scheduling for maximizing throughput. It helps in techniques like coordinating execution of process, memory allocation, and execution scheduling for maximizing throughput. Up to this, if there is any confusion, then all of you can ask. Else, I will start with the next topic. Let us share my screen. See, today is lecture 13. I told you, already 12 classes I have completed out of 40. 40 theory classes and some tutorial classes also, it's there. But I have already completed several topics. So I will suggest all of you to at least start studying, else it will be difficult to grab the concept. Operating system is one of the core subjects of computer science or computer applications. So we were discussing about concurrency. But there are, before looking into the details, let us remember that there are some principles of concurrency. What are those principles? Both interleaved and overlapped processes can be viewed as example of concurrent process. They both present the same problems. The relative speed of execution cannot be predicted, and the speed depends on several things: the activities of process, the way operating system handles interrupts, the scheduling policies of the operating system, and so on. Let us go the detail. Concurrent processes or threads often needs to share data maintained either in shared memory or files and resources. If there is no controlled access to shared data, some processes will obtain an inconsistent view of this data. The action performed by concurrent process will then depend on the order in which their execution is interleaved. This order cannot be predicted. What order here it is talked about? The order of the activities of other process, handing of input-output and interrupts, scheduling policies of the operating system. These cannot be predicted beforehand because these things are done dynamically. So these cannot be predicted beforehand. Consider this shared variable problem. I'm giving you a minute or two. Just look at that problem and try to understand whether you could make some meaning or not. Go through this problem. All of you read this problem. Process P1 and P2 are running the same procedure, and have access to the same variable a. Here variable a is of static type. Void echo is a function which is used for displaying the value of a. This is doing nothing. This is just reading the value of a and displaying the value. Process can be interrupted anywhere. If P1 is first interrupted after user input and P2 executes entirely, then the character echoed by P1 will be only read by P2. Here, there are two processes, P1 and P2. Both of them are executing the same procedure. However, it can happen that due to some reason, interrupt occurred. What will happen if P1 is interrupted after user input? P2 executes entirely. Suppose P1 starts executing, it takes the user input and then interrupts occur. What will happen? P2 will execute and will display the value of A, whereas P1 will not be able to display anything, or it will display the value of A as garbage value. Then the character echoed by P1 will be the one read by P2. Suppose after some time when interrupt handling is done by CPU, then process P1 again starts executing. Again start executing, it will again read the value of A. Now, what value of A it will read? It will read the value of A which was given or which was generated by process P2. Is it clear? If no, then please ask. And if no one asks question, I will take it for granted that all of you have understood.
ম্যাম বলছি যে এখানে যে লেখা আছে না, if P1 is first interrupted after user input and P2 executes entirely, এটা এই জিনিসটার মানেটা কি? বুঝতে পারলাম না এখানে।
ওয়েট সংকলিতা, ব্রেক করে করে পড়ো, সেন্টেন্সটাকে একসাথে না পড়ে ব্রেক করে করে পড়ো আমি বলছি, তুমি পড়তে থাকো, আমি বলবো কোথায় স্টপ। বলো।
P1 is first interrupted after user input and
stop. কি পড়লে? if P1 is first interrupted after user input, ঠিক আছে? what does it mean? এই প্রোগ্রামটাকে দেখে বলো, what does it mean?
user input করার পর first P1 টা interrupt হবে।
হ্যাঁ, তো ইউজার ইনপুটটা কোথায় হচ্ছে? যখন C in A, when we are reading the value of A, তাই তো?
Yes ma'am.
তাহলে এবার ওটা স্টপ হয়ে গেল, P1 টা কনকারেন্ট ছিল, both of them were running simultaneously. তারপরে পড়ো ইনপুট, এবার এইটুকু পড়ে নিলে, and এর পর থেকে পড়ো and
P2 executes entirely,
মানে
তারপর ওটা P2 তারপর সে পুরোটা এক্সিকিউট করে নেবে।
P2 এক্সিকিউট করে নিও, নেক্সট স্টেটমেন্টে P2 কি করলো তার মানে?
তারপরে the character echoed by P1 will be the one read by P2.
না এই don't go to that step. আমি এইখানেই থাকতে বলছি। এই যে বলছে P2 executes entirely মানে এটা তো একটা প্রসিজার, এটা তো একটা ফাংশন। তো এবার P1 get interrupted after user input, fine, but P2 is executing. তো P2 next কি এক্সিকিউট করবে, কোন স্টেটমেন্টটা এক্সিকিউট করবে সেটা বলো।
এটা A,
হ্যাঁ ফাইন, P2 তে এটা এক্সিকিউট করবে, ঠিক আছে? এবার সাপোজ দেয়ার আর, খুব কেয়ারফুলি শোনো, সাপোজ দেয়ার আর সার্টেন ইন্টারমিডিয়েট কি বলবো, ইন্টারমিডিয়েট ইনস্ট্রাকশন, মানে সি ইন ভ্যালুটা রিড, এর ভ্যালুটা রিড করার পর সাপোজ the user is changing the value of A by some calculation, maybe multiplying it by 5, maybe adding it to some number. বুঝতে পারলে কি বললাম?
Yes,
A
ma'am.
value change হচ্ছে after changing the value of A P2 তো execute করছে P2 executes entirely that means C out A so C out A this will be executed by P2 and suppose that now the value of A get changed from the earlier one যখন C in করেছিল A তার থেকে value of C out করলো যখন A that value of A get changed understood
Yes, ma'am.
হ্যাঁ এবার পড়ো এবার নেক্সট লাইনটা পড়ো
Then the character echoed by P1 will be the one read by P2.
এবার কি হলো এবার আবার তো P1 এক্সিকিউশন স্টার্ট করবে তো রিড করে স্টপ করে গেছিল তার মানে কি হবে যখন এবার P1 স্টার্টস এক্সিকিউটিং P1 যখন স্টার্ট করবে এক্সিকিউশন দেখো ইন্টারাপ্টের একটা রুল হয় সাপোজ देयर আর four statements and if a process gets interrupted after second statement then what will happen process will start execution with third statement second statement will not get executed because second statement already execute হয়ে গেছে after that interrupt occurs clear
Yes, ma'am.
হ্যাঁ তো এবার যখন P1 এক্সিকিউশন স্টার্ট করবে P1 তো ইন্টারাপ্টেড হয়ে গেছিল নাও P1 will start executing with value of old A তাই তো ওর কাছে তো value of new A নেই সেটা তো P2
হ্যাঁ।
এক্সিকিউট করে বার করেছে তো ওর কাছে value of old A আছে এবার ও ওই পুরনো ভ্যালু অফ এটাকে ধরে ওর উপর এক্সিকিউশন করবে and then he will display the value of A C out A ও করবে because it is written in the procedure but it will work on the old value of A not the new value of A which is already changed by the process P2 বুঝতে পারলে
তাহলে ম্যাম ওই যে নিউ ভ্যালুটা যেটা এলো এর তো ওইটা কি আর এক্সিকিউট হবে না
এইখানেই তো সিস্টেম উইল গেট ইন ইনকনসিস্টেন্ট স্টেট প্রবলেম হয়ে যাচ্ছে তো এবার দেখো অ্যাকচুয়ালি দ্য ভ্যালু অফ A is getting changed value of A is already changed but due to the fault or due to the some problem in the system P1 is executing on the old value of A and P2 is reading the value of A which is executed by P1 P2 যখন পড়ছে দেখছে যে P1 আমার পরে এক্সিকিউট করছে তো what is the changes that P1 has made in the value of A P2 is getting incorrect value এখানে একটা ইনকনসিস্টেন্সি হয়ে যাচ্ছে প্রসেস P1 এর কাছে এক রকমের A এর ভ্যালু আছে প্রসেস P2 এর কাছে আরেক রকমের A এর ভ্যালু আছে এক্সাক্ট কোন ভ্যালুটা কারেক্ট that is not determined বোঝা গেল
আচ্ছা
this is a problem
ওকে ম্যাম
Now this one is second example. Two processes are each reading characters typed at their respective terminal. Suppose there are two processes. Since it is a multi-programming environment, so more than one process will exist, but it is not that only two processes will execute. More than two processes will execute, but just for our ease of understanding, consider that there are only two processes. They want to keep running count of total number of characters typed on both terminal. What are they trying to do? These processes are counting the total number of characters typed on both terminal. Suppose in the input if we have the user has written A B B 1 2 3 4 5 6 then what the process will do process will simply give the output as the total count of those numbers or those alphabetical values মানে কতগুলো অ্যালফাবেট ইনপুট হয়েছে কতগুলো ভ্যালু ইনপুট হয়েছে অ্যাডিশন করবে না কতগুলো ভ্যালু ইনপুট হয়েছে দেখো আমি হোয়াইট বোর্ডটা শেয়ার করছি করে যদি বোঝাই একটু suppose 2 3 H 9 K L Q 0 M. This is the input. Okay. So what will be the output? What will be the output? Bolo? Any one of you? If that is the user input, then output will be, what will be the output? I told you it will give you, Bolo? Anyone want to say what will be the output? What will be the output of the process that I was explaining earlier? Try to be serious, all of you.
Ma'am,
No, it will give you the count. I said it will give you the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number of elements is 9, isn't it?
9.
It is just
Yes,
counting
yes.
the characters, symbols, numbers, whatever. So it is 9. This is the program, or this is the function they are executing with. So a shared variable v is introduced each time a character is typed. That means v is a shared variable, which is why it is called shared variable, because it is used by the two process. We have considered two process. So suppose v is a variable which is used by two processes. And process using the code v is equal to v plus 1. That means the value of v will get increased. Earlier, now wait, the count, earlier the value of count, when it is reading 2, the value of count is 1. Then again v is equal to v plus 1. That means 1 plus 1, 2. That it is incrementing the value one by one, and ultimately the result is 9. When the value of 2 is read, the value of variable is 1. Initially, v is initialized with 0. V is equal to v plus 1 means 0 plus 1, 1. Similarly, it goes on incrementing the values as soon as it started counting the values. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. So, during testing, it is observed that the count recorded in V is less than the actual number of characters typed. Okay, and a little observation is there that the count recorded in V is less than the actual number of characters typed. Why is it so? The programmer failed to realize that the assignment was not executed as a single indivisible action, but rather the following sequence of instruction. It means when you are writing v is equal to v plus 1, what the user is thinking? User is thinking that this is a single line statement. But actually, internally, it is executed as 3-line statement. Conversion occurs, and after conversion to machine language or assembly language programming, it is executed in 3 steps. Move v R0. It means move the value of v to register R0. INCR R0. It means increment the value of R0 as the value of V is increased. Again, move R0 to V. This one is the third statement, that you are moving the value of R0 to V. So, this problem introduce us to a new set of problem which is called producer-consumer problem. Look carefully in the diagram. Producer, consumer, and in the middle there is buffer. From time to time, the producer places an item in the buffer. The consumer removes an item from the buffer. As soon as the producer places an item in the buffer, the consumer removes an item from the buffer. Careful synchronization or coordination required. The consumer must wait if the buffer empty. The producer must wait if the buffer full. Typical solution would involve a shared variable count. That means a shared variable count, also known as bounded buffer problem. So we refer to this problem as producer. Yes?
There is no diagram in the screen.
Pardon?
There is no diagram in the screen. Only white screen is visible here.
Hello.
Is the diagram visible or is it still not visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible, ma'am. Visible.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the problem of producer-consumer problem. From time to time, the producer places an item in the buffer. What is the job of producer? The job of producer is to generate, process, and the job of consumer is to consume or to remove one of the items from buffer or consumption of the items. That is the job of the consumer. Okay. So this is the process. From time to time, the producer places an item in the buffer, and what is the role of consumer? Consumer removes an item from the buffer. Okay. So careful synchronization, coordination is required. The consumer must wait if the buffer empty. Also, the producer must wait if the buffer is full. So these are the situations of producer-consumer problem. Typical solution would involve a shared variable. Just like we have explained earlier, a shared variable will solve this producer-consumer problem, which is also known as bounded buffer problem. I hope all of you have understood the previous problem. Only one of you responded and asked a question. Others are silent. Now, critical section problem. I have already explained earlier. Critical section is a sequence of activities or statement in a process during which a mutually excluded resources, either hardware or software, must be accessed. The critical section problem is to ensure that two concurrent activities do not access shared data at the same time. This also I have explained that there must be a locking mechanism, exclusion, mutual exclusion, mutex, semaphore. These are different measures. The critical section problem is to ensure that two concurrent activities don't access shared data at the same time. A solution to the mutual exclusion problem must satisfy the three requirements: mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting. So these are the 3 points. In previous classes also, I have explained this concept. What are the requirements to critical section problem when the critical section will get activated in a system? First requirement is mutual exclusion. If process PI is executing in its critical section, then no other processes can be executing in their critical sections. Progress. If no process is executing in critical section and there exist some processes that wish to enter their critical section, then the selection of the process that will enter the critical section next cannot be postponed indefinitely. Bounded waiting. A bounded wait must exist. A bounded waiting must exist on the number of. Bounded waiting means how much time the process will request for critical section. Assume that each process executes at a non-zero speed. No assumption concerning relative speed of the n processes. That is bounded waiting. Bounded waiting means a decision needs to be taken that after what time the process will be given I am just observing one thing. No one of you is saying anything. I just stopped for a while just to see whether if someone has any confusion. Good. If no one is facing confusion, it is very good. This one is another problem, readers writers problem. What is readers writers problem? This is again synchronization problem, which is used to test newly proposed synchronization scheme. What is that? The problem. What is that? There are different characteristics. One is readers. Readers are those processes or users which only read the data. Status. Writers are those processes which also write, that they heavily or they work on the data to make changes. Third is it is allowed for 2 or more readers to access shared data simultaneously as they are not making any change, and even after the reading, the file format remains same. There is no change in the file format. But suppose there are more than one writer. But if one writer is editing or writing the file, then it should be locked. Otherwise, writer W2 can make any changes until W1 has finished writing the file. Have you understood? All of you have understood readers writer problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And if there is a problem, doesn't mean that you cannot ask in next class. But please, before asking, I will request every one of you to study. This is diagrammatic representation. Readers, they are attached to database, they are accessing database, and readers can enter, writers cannot enter.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am,
Yes.
while a writer is making any changes in the database, will reader be available to the database? Can reader
No,
access the database?
writers cannot enter, right? When it is locked, readers cannot make any change. Reader means it is in read-only form. You are viewing a certain shared file only in view-only form. Only
ma'am,
the writers have the privilege of modifying the database.
Yes, ma'am, but I was asking while the writer W1 is making any changes, on that time will readers will available to read all those files?
That I have explained in last class, that there will be exclusive lock, mutual exclusion,
Okay, so
mutex variable will be there.
this function will work like a critical section. No one will be available
Yes,
while anyone is making changes.
exactly.
Okay.
Very good. When no one is accessing the database, writers can enter, readers can enter. It shows the restriction, where under which situation, which restriction will be imposed. When writer is writing in the database. See, you were asking about this condition. Readers can't enter, writers can't enter. When one of the writer is entering or accessing the database, then others cannot enter. This one is dining philosopher problem. Dining philosopher is sorry, I will explain the dining philosopher problem in next class. We will continue with this. This is a broad topic. So I need to make
Okay,
a
ma'am.
diagram and then I will explain.
Okay.
Today I am finishing the class. If there is any confusion, you can ask or you can jot down those confusion. Remind me tomorrow that tomorrow we will start with dining philosopher problem. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm finishing the meeting.